And now, like I mentioned, you've started in TV, and we're going to talk a lot about your career today.
Okay.
But before we get into your career, this is something that I always ask my guests to go before their career. What were you listening to on the radio when you were growing up? What really turned you on, and what made you start listening to the radio as someone who was
Yep. I can even do the jingle. Dun dun dun. CKLW, the Motown sound. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, the big H,
wow.
CKLW. Because I love Motown and I love the Beatles, and it seems like they were always playing them. And then the other good part about CKLW is by them being in Canada at that time, they didn't have the restrictions as far as the power, the wattage they could put out. So when we would go up to our family cottage in Paw Paw, Michigan, which is right next to Kalamazoo, you could listen to CKLW all the way from your front door in Detroit to the porch of the cottage. And, that was just great.
Were there any jocks specifically that reached to you, or was there
Wow.
personalities you can remember?
Trying to think.
Because
I
you're
think
right, the
once,
jingles were legendary.
right.
CKLW, the Motor City. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
yeah. I think once I got a little bit older and, really started paying attention to the jocks, I mean, of course, Dick Burton, and all the guys over at WRIF, like when I was in high school, because that's when it was like, okay, we're listening to Pink Floyd and everything, and 101 FM, WRIF, Arthur Penhallow, and, all those guys. So loved all of them.